I started going to Vintage Grace about 6 years ago when we were still in Marina, and I was in a toxic relationship at the time. And a few years into that, of course, God abruptly allowed me out of that. I'm very thankful for that. That was a pivotal moment between God and I. He was teaching me, reteaching me really, how to bring more positive relationships back into my life, and to grow trust within myself, to grow trust with others. So in that moment, I was really praying just to reconnect to where I knew I belonged, with healthy people, healthy relationships. At the time I knew to reconnect, that was to get back into women's study. That was kind of where my roots were, and I love being in women's groups. So I joined the women's Bible study on Thursday nights, and was in that for about 1.5 to 2 years. Of course, we're all either stepping out of something or stepping into something, and so at about 1.5 years into it, I became unemployed, and was unemployed for quite a while and experiencing a ton of rejection that I just had to get through every day. But when you're unemployed, you have a lot of free time on your hands, and I really just took that time to embrace what God was doing in my life and digging deep into the character that He was building and learning what that character was. Into the women's Bible study, the leader actually called me and let me know that she was moving out of town, and that was sad, but she actually knew I had the free time and asked if I would like to take over. What she didn't know is that I was asking God every day, as Drew is asking us to do, what are you inviting me into? What are you inviting me into? And I got so sick of asking that, I just shortened it to invite me, just invite me. And when the leader asked me to take over, I knew that was Him inviting me. So now we're finishing up about 1 year of me leading the group, and going back to knowing healthy relationships was one of those foundations He taught me a couple years ago. Now melding with obedience and being invited. I want to invite others. I want to create that invitation. I want that to also be the safe place for these ladies. It could be the only place that they have once a week, Thursday nights, that we can be vulnerable with each other. We can come in humility. The Word is our counsel, and we just speak that with each other. And we have fun, and these ladies are strong. They have their own stories, and this is where we're willing to share that, and we're able to grow together. So now that I've got these foundations of healthy, trustworthy relationships, but also following in obedience, that really impacts my home life, being a mom, and where I want my daughter to go in those things. It's extremely important that she has those healthy relationships, and that she's able to stop and listen to hear what God might be telling her and how He might be growing her. I take that to work with me. I love my job. Out of all that time of unemployment, I have this amazing blessing of a job where I can now spread just the joy there. So it definitely impacts my family life, my job, how I go out into the community and serve in any other way. If someone is unsure about taking a next step, I would just say that is okay. That's okay. It might take a little while, and you keep asking that question. What are you inviting me into? Shorten it to invite me. Shorten it to however else works for you, and however long that takes, just embrace that it's going to be those moments of God teaching you one by one, and He's so patient to teach you. Just continue to pray about that and know that sources are available to you. It might take you time to process and dissect that and pray about it, but when you're ready, the resources are available for you.